here is the American and the Canadian astrological chart for now and for the rest of the week. The blue is American, the red on the outside is Canadian, and the green is the transits in which I'm going to be talking about. The first thing I want to take note of is right here. Right here is called Pluto. And 2020, yes, February 2020, started to creep in December 2019 is when Pluto was hitting United States Pluto. Is that when control started realized by other people, and that's in Capricorn. It just finished hitting it head on for the last 2.5 years and just ended in January, the very beginning of January of 2025. So now there is going to start separating from the ability to be able to control through finances and money. Then it's going to make a trine and actually a grand trine in April as well as in June. But we want to talk about this week because Mercury is also in this house of Capricorn. So it's igniting it with the full moon the new moon. And the new moon started just on the week, a couple of days ago. And here it is, February 1st. And everybody in Canada is waiting to see what the United States are going to be doing with the tariffs. This is important to understand because with Mars in the seventh house of negotiations, mediations, and relations, we've got a whole whack of the United States in the seventh house. And where does Canada join them? Canada joins all around communications because it's in Gemini. So we're going to see some anger because Mars will bring up anger and frustrations. We're even going to see anger amongst each other and in our relationships where we'll be arguing with each other. And it's all about linguistics. I want you guys to take a look at philosophy and how to understand arguing and philosophy. I'm going to put a link to my favorite one below. So taking a look at the chart, I was hoping to have this out yesterday, but it just disappeared. And now I have to start again. Anyways, let's take a look at what's going on for the rest of the week. Yesterday, some of you might think, you're just saying this now because you saw the news, but honestly, yesterday I said that what was going on with Trudeau and Trump, Canada, United States, was not going to take place till Wednesday. Right now, we're hearing it's Tuesday, but I still am going to stick to my original prediction, which is Wednesday, because what's happening is Trump has, and I'm going to get to the week, okay, but this is a very important week in the history of Canada and the United States. Imagine that you've got this big box and it's under the Christmas tree and it has your name on it. And you're like, oh my God, this is the biggest box in the whole world. This is so cool. But you lift it up, light as a feather. And you're like, that doesn't feel like it's much at all. And so you're kind of, disappointed. That's what Trump is doing. It's the big giant box and we're shaking it around and we're a little bit unhappy with the weight of the box. And then you open it up and there's this little tiny box with, a diamond ring in it that's worth a ton of money. Whether you want a diamond ring or not, that doesn't matter. This is what Trump is going to be doing. He's going to present us with, because all he's doing is a negotiation. Imagine when you sell a house and you say appliances aren't included, uh, all these other really neat things that everybody would want. The gazebo in the backyard's not included. The jacuzzi's not included, but it really is included. But you're just saying it's not included because you're allowing some bargaining room. You're using it as a bargaining tool and you're hoping it works. And in a lot of cases, it works. And in some cases, it doesn't work. I'm like, I don't want any of that. I got all my own. And they might go, okay, fine, you can have it anyways, because we never intended on taking it with us. So that's kind of what Trump's doing. He's saying to Canada, we're going to give you 25% tariffs, but he's not really going to. He's using it as a bargaining tool because he's going to say, hey, if you work with me, us, as, and, Trudeau is saying he wants to work with the United States, then work with them. I don't see this as bad at all, guys. I really don't. It's very simple. The EU, the Europeans have done this years and years ago. They have the same currency. Anyone can travel to any country freely without a visa, without getting checked, without any checkpoints, and they can work anywhere in different countries. They can go from country to country. And if you've ever visited Europe, which I have, it's so easy. It's so fun to be able to do that. That's exactly what's going to happen, except it's going to be with um, maybe Greenland, Canada, United States, Mexico, Panama, Costa Rica, all these different countries. It will be all North American. There won't be the US dollar. They'll make up another dollar, just like Europe did, just like they had the euro, United North America dollar. And now, is Trump doing this because he just wants us all to be like Europe and just have this? No, he's got a business plan. And the business plan is that if we're all together in resources, land mass, in AI, in an army, then we are stronger than the rest of the world. He wants. Do I want that? I'm not a big, no, I don't like war. I don't want to feel like we need to be stronger than the rest of the world. But if you go down the rabbit holes like I have, we need to be. We do need a stronger army, so to speak. I'm a Canadian. I got a Canadian passport. I don't have to worry about that. This is Canada's chart, and we've got Uranus and Jupiter going in the 7th house of laws, rules, and negotiations. And with Uranus, this is sudden, unexpected, unpredictable changes. There's legal illegalities around it. There's other countries, including Europe, including China, that's going to try to get involved in this because they know the deeper meaning behind it. And Jupiter makes it favorable, specifically when it hits Venus, which will be next month. But it's not going to stay there long, so we're not going to have that benefit for long. The 5th house is Saturn, is around that's the 4th house, is around land mass and property, and it's going to stay there in a while. So there's going to be a ton of negotiations there for quite some time. The world is watching. You guys, we are going to be in the world news moving forward for the next 3 months. Now, how is this week going to affect you if you're from another part in the world? Take a look at managing your finances and your financial resources this week. If something suddenly unpredictably happened, would you be able to afford a new car? Would you be able to afford to replace your roof? Would you be able to afford to fix flooding in your basement? Or would you be able to afford to suddenly have to move from your apartment? If not, then get your finances in straight this week because we're in for a bit of a ride. Namaste.